Level 0.95, static. View source. 5. 5. Survival difficulty, Class 5. Unsafe. Unstable. Presence of one entity. Level 0.95 is an elusive sublevel found between Level 0 and Level 1. Description. Level 0.95 is not well documented due to the inconsistency of its entry. It consists of a seemingly infinite amount of monochrome rooms, the geometry of which being unstable and inconsistent. The sound of static can be heard constantly throughout the sublevel, the source of which is believed to be from an entity known as haze. As soon as a wanderer enters level 0.95, any rooms they were currently viewing will instantaneously turn black and white, all sound will stop, replaced by static, and any rooms leading from this will now be the rooms of level 0.95. The further one travels, the more unstable the level gets, until the sublevel is rendered entirely non-Euclidean. All objects within this sublevel are completely without feel, as if they were not there, and are completely smooth and featureless. The cause of this lack of feeling is unknown. It is to be noted that it is impossible to die from natural causes on this sublevel. Thirst, hunger, and sanity will not be changed from the time the wanderer enters to the time they leave. The only way one can die on level 0.95 is via the entity that is inhabiting this level. It is impossible to meet other wanderers within this sublevel, as only one wanderer can be present within it at a time. If there is a wanderer currently within this sublevel, it will become unable to be entered through any means. Once a wanderer leaves level 0.95, they will have gained memories that do not belong to them, and extreme migraines. All wanderers that have been questioned report that these memories are of a childhood home. They recall an old TV set, a rocking chair, the smell of lavender, and the faint sound of a child crying. Rooms in level 0.95 resemble the rooms of level 0. Although the further the wanderer travels, the less similar level 0.95 and level 0 become. The level becomes less Euclidean as the wanderer progresses, making it exceptionally difficult to evade haze, as one could travel in a straight line and end up where they begun. On rare occasions, a room known as the Expanse can be found, an empty endless space of pillars, white fog in the distance, and the sound of static muffled. Just like in all other places of the level, running far enough in the Expanse will also eventually lead to level 0. Due to the simple geometry of the Expanse, finding this room can prove useful and make escape from level 0.95 a much less challenging experience. Items such as old televisions with nothing but static playing on them can be found laying on the ground. They make no sound, and touching them can trigger haze to begin chase early. Furniture such as chairs and tables can be found occasionally with energy drinks on them. Spheres which surface resembles television static known as mutes can be found phasing through rooms. All sound ceases when they are viewed, and touching them will result in your body undergoing the effects that haze causes. It is believed that this is haze before they give chase. This is unproven. Rustic wooden doors can rarely be found on the walls of level 0.95. They are unable to be opened, although the faint sound of a sink running can be heard from behind them. On a table in a circular-shaped room, a small note was found, the writer of which has not been identified, but is presumed alive. Recovered note. What the hell is going on? I was just walking back to my house, and the next thing I know I'm face down in wet carpet. I walked around for what felt like days, and then everything went colorless. When I came here, I was carrying a teddy bear that I was going to give to my child before I fell into that yellow place. I started hearing screaming, and I thought it was another person. I was wrong. I saw this black figure and I started running. Eventually it caught up to me. I was cornered, and all of a sudden the thing stopped in its tracks. Everything went silent. It looked down at the bear I was holding, and in a last-ditch effort I dropped it on the ground in front of it. it suddenly vanished along with the teddy bear. It never showed up again. I don't know what this place is, but I wanted to write this down in case it comes in handy for anybody in my situation. I just want to see my daughter again. Entities. Haze. A large distorted black silhouette of a human who stands around 6 feet tall and hovers 5 inches off the ground, traveling at about 8 miles per hour. Anything near them will begin to contort and destabilize. Their body is constantly changing but retains a basic silhouette of a human. Haze will emanate a constant distorted sound of a person screaming pitched up. This is the primary way of knowing if haze has begun chase. After around 10 minutes in level 0.95, haze will begin to chase after the wanderer. Their speed remains the exact same during the chase. It is unknown how haze dispatches its victims. It is assumed that they are contorted till their bodies are unable to carry out basic functions. To survive haze, the survivor must keep running until they have exited level 0.95. As haze is unable to leave the sublevel. Haze is unable to be photographed. Any photos taken of haze will become severely distorted. Those who have survived close encounters with haze have reported hearing sounds of a child crying and the smell of lavender coming from haze. Do's. Run through the level as fast as possible in the opposite direction of the screaming. Although the direction does not matter as it makes progress regardless, it will greatly decrease your chance of death from haze. Carry energy drinks with you during one's time in level 0, as they can come in handy in outrunning haze on the chance that you are transported to this sublevel, and finding them in the sublevel is not guaranteed. Don'ts. Never stop running. Do not attempt to no-clip out of level 0.95, as this is unreliable and no-clipping through walls will lead to the void. Do not go towards the screaming, as the source of this sound is haze. Do not make any vocal noise. For unknown reasons, this can cause haze to warp closer to you. Do not touch any TVs, as this can trigger haze to give chase early. There are no other known entities within level 0.95. Colonies and outposts. Due to the nature of level 0.95, any colonies or outposts are infeasible. Entrances and exits. Entrances. The only way to enter is via level 0. Entry is purely by random chance. Exits. Traveling far enough into level 0.95 will take you back to level 0, in the same place it was entered. No clipping through the roof is believed to lead to level 12. No clipping through walls leads directly to the void. On extremely rare occasions, one will fall through the floor and end up in level 1. Your browser does not support the AND-AMP